Happy Flame Day, everybody. We're going to kick it off like we always do with the Blue Flame theme song, Contagious, by yours truly, Clareta Haddon-Jackson, on Blue Flame Moments Radio Show.
Keep it locked right here on the Blue Flame Moments Radio Show with Clareta Haddon-Jackson.
Hey, Mama! Clareta's on the radio!
This is James Fortune in Fire with Favor of God featuring Zacardi Cortez.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Zacardi Cortez, and I need you to keep it locked in right here. You're listening to the Blue Flame Moment with my girl, Clareta Haddon-Jackson.
That was James Fortune in Fire with Favor of God featuring Zacardi Cortez. And it's time for the Indie Spotlight.
Hey, this is J. Bethel, J. Bethel and Spoken For, from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm excited to share my music with you. You can learn more about me and my group at our website at www.jbs4.co. Next up is my song, No Rock, so keep it locked right here on Blue Flame Moments Radio Show with Clareta Haddon-Jackson. You heard?
We want to do a little bit something different right here. You heard me? So let's praise it now, praise it now.
What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Lonnie Hunter, and you are listening to Blue Flame Moments. You know your girl, right? Miss Clareta Haddon-Jackson. I got to go.
Blue Flame Moments Radio Show.
Your weekly source for inspiration.
With Clareta Haddon-Jackson.
And it's time to release the word of the day. Today's word is one. Mark 10:8 says, and they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. Listen, guys, marriage relationships fail for many reasons, but that one that's prevalent today is the me syndrome. People marry, but somehow remain separate. If you want a successful marriage, eliminate the selfish mindset and put on the selfless mindset and watch the two of you become one and your relationship flourish. And you can take that word to the bank. Now, today's guest, I have another couple who can share about the wisdom of marriage from a different position because they've been married a little bit longer than our guest last week. Why don't you help me welcome Pastor Marcus and Lady Shanta Richard. Hey, family, let's chat. The first question, how did you know you found the one?
I was already kind of praying for a wife, but just unexpectedly, I didn't know he was going to come through that fast, and I just, when I seen her, and she's a very beautiful woman, and I enjoyed our conversation, and things just kind of connected from that day, and it's just, she was very patient with me, and made me laugh, and we had some good times, and when that night when I took her to the Cheesecake Factory, and after leaving that Cheesecake Factory, that's when God started speaking to me, and I actually prophesied to her that night. I told her, I said that you're gonna be my wife. And of course, she didn't believe me. She laughed or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I never probably see this guy again." But I kept telling her this is it, and I actually told her the month that she was gonna come back and move back to Houston because she's not from here. She's from Seattle, Washington. But God has a funny way of connecting people from different backgrounds, and so it was just it was a season that God had answered my prayers, and I just knew that, hey, this is it. Shanta, how did you know?
It took me a minute, but I think what really sealed the deal for me with you was you never changed since day one. You were very persistent. Everything that you said, you're very transparent. One thing about you was you always kept it real. There was no hidden agendas with you. You said what you meant and you meant what you said. And I think what really, really got me is that your persistence, you wore me down, And I said, he's a very caring person. From day one, you showed me nothing but the best, nothing but the finest, You've never changed. And after 21 years, you're still the same since day one. So basically, that's how I really knew that you were the one, because I mean, your heart, you know, you had a very caring heart, and you were just open and honest. And I think, you know, that sense of security that I had, you know, you showed me that. So, I mean, that's basically it.
Wow, so that's pretty interesting. Pastor Marcus, you were spiritual, and Lady Shanta, you said he wore you down, but then his heart had something to do with it. It's a beautiful story. I love it. So tell us, guys, how long have you been married?
Well, Clareta, we've been married for 20 years. 20 long, patient, happy.
Long years. Long 20 years.
Up,
Jesus.
down.
Long 20 years, Jesus.
Oh my goodness, you have me laughing because I'll never forget my dad was praying one time and he was like, it's been 20 years, Jesus, 20 years, Lord. So, oh my gosh, tell us, guys, what keeps your relationship strong?
It takes prayer. It takes patience. It takes understanding. It takes trust for us. And it takes communication.
First and foremost, God, of course. Like you said, patience, understanding. Communication is the key. I think communication is the best thing, you know, that keeps our relationship strong. You know, when we talk about things, you know, the ups and downs are good and bad, you know. As long as we keep that line of communication open, you know, that right there is what keeps our relationship strong.
And then another thing, Clareta, I wanted to say that keeps our relationship strong, and can keep any relationship strong, that, you know, it's called teamwork. You have to understand that you're a team, and understand that God put y'all together for a purpose. And when you understand what your purpose is in your marriage, you know, and also as you go through your marriage, that's what makes you a team. It gels you together, you know. You suffer together, you cry together, you laugh together, and then you just, you know, you work together. You know, you see what each other's dreams and passions are, and you try to do your best, the ability to bring, you know, you help really push her dreams, and she can help push your dreams, and next thing you know, you help working and pushing each other's dreams and passions, and really you're there for each other, and all of a sudden, you know, teamwork make the dream work.
Wow, I absolutely agree with those answers, and I think that you all have exactly what people need to hear in order to be successful in relationships. So answer this last question. What advice would you give to singles, and what advice would you give to those that are in a difficult relationship of marriage right now?
I would say you would have to pray and ask God with specific instructions. How do you work this out? You know, how do I understand this individual? What am I doing that cause friction? And begin to look at self-examination. You know, because it takes two to tango. It takes two to see their faults, to be able to, you know, be honest and to say, what can we do to make this work? You know, what am I doing that's causing confusion and chaos in my marriage, this causes us not to gel? And I think that you have to be honest with one another. And once you know you do that, you know, you can, you know, be on the road to recovery. And I think that also that you had just that prayer life. Shanta, what advice would you give a struggling couple? I mean, a couple that's struggling and trying to, you know, make their relationship work.
I would say, first and foremost, pray. You know, it goes back to communication, you know, is a big part. Keep that open line of communication. You know, I mean, there's nothing that's too big that can't be worked out, you know, if the two of you are willing to work it out. That's the thing. That's the key. You know, if you're willing to work it out, if you willing to make things work, you know, you can overcome anything. So keep that line of communication open. Keep everybody else out your business. Seek God and your spouse. Basically, that's it.
That is some great advice, and I appreciate you, Pastor Marcus and Lady Shanta, for hanging out on Blue Flame Moments and releasing this destiny wisdom for people to get their love life together. So, you know, as a destiny coach, it's my heart to make sure that I help you find balance in all areas of life. So as we talked about love, I want you to remember that you have to have communication, you have to be selfless, and you need to make sure that you support one another and watch you have an amazing marriage or relationship. I love you guys. Now here's the top pick of the week. It's Corinne Hawthorne with Unstoppable featuring Lecrae.
K-Classic.
That was Unstoppable by Corinne Hawthorne featuring Lecrae. I'll be right back with more music after this commercial break.
Welcome to eMediaGC.com. Get your message instantly to thousands via email, cell phones, and social networking sites with Electronic Media Gulf Coast. eMediaGC.com is one of the most powerful marketing tools available to businesses of all types and all sizes. You can achieve outstanding results with eMediaGC.com while investing only a small amount of time and an even smaller amount of money. eMediaGC.com.
Let's have some church with Jonathan Nelson, I Agree, featuring Gene Hoskins.
Everybody shout with me. It's too short to disappoint.
It's important for me to keep you updated on the news, so here it is.
Hi, Clareta Haddon-Jackson. This is Bobby Parker. It's now time for Gospel News. Always letting you know the happenings of the gospel world today. And congratulations to Bishop Marvin Sapp getting ready for a brand new single. And he's teaming up with Kirk Franklin on Sapp's new single entitled Kind God. That's the kind of God I serve. It's a nice ballad about God's plan and love over our lives. Written and produced by Kirk Franklin. Listen out for the brand new one from Marvin Sapp entitled Kind God. And TV1 is getting ready to present Shirley Murdoch, Fantasia, Kenny Lattimore, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, and Kirk Franklin on their shows entitled Unsung and Uncensored in the month of March. Don't miss TV1's Unsung and Uncensored with some of your favorite gospel recording artists. And Malaco Records just released a gospel book and box set in the month of February with a new collection of the 75 years of gospel music. It's a brand new album and book entitled The Gospel According to Malaco, celebrating 75 years of gospel music. You do not want to miss out on this collection. Congratulations to the gospel recording artists out of Richmond, Virginia, GI. The members of GI recently received the 2018 Ascot Rhythm and Soul Award for their hit song, Pray and Don't Worry. GI out of Richmond, Virginia, congratulations. Hey, that's going to do it for Gospel News. I'm Bobby Parker, and now back to my girl, Clareta Haddon-Jackson, on the Blue Flame Moments Radio Show.
Thank you, Bobby, for keeping us updated on the gospel news. Well, my loves, it's that time again. This show was brought to you by our sponsors, Next Dimension University, who is stumping out biblical illiteracy globally, and the Toon Doctor Academy, where creatives can be empowered online 24/7. This is your Destiny Coach, Clareta Haddon-Jackson, reminding you that there's greatness on the inside of you. I'm here to help you take your flame from red to blue because that's what God has chosen me to do. Don't you ever forget it. You have the ability to shine bright and win.